Alright, we've got a recording going. I'm not going to bother going out to Twitch. Once again, we have a tower match here. We've got for the championship, Skler versus Dorkmoon Blade. Taking it right away to Octagon, Zerg versus Protoss. This is a case where Skler's kind of known as a Protoss killer. Not to be confused with a killer ace, but I think he is a bit of an ace here. Dorkmoon, as long as it's not versus Terran, he's also a very, very, very strong player. Dorkmoon believes that Terran's his worst matchup, but honestly, I think that he's just a really strong player in general. I think this is going to be a fantastic match overall. If I recall correctly, usually Skler likes to do like a 3-hatch Spire into 5-hatch Hydra. I'm not sure what Dorkmoon likes to do in PvZ, though. I feel like I've read that he's kind of the king of Sairless, but I might be thinking of someone else. Alright, we've got in the chat someone saying that Dorkmoon favors 5-hatch Hydra, but he's been doing a little bit more standard lately and just going for 3 Spire, 5 Hydra. Setting up here, probable Forge Expand out of Dorkmoon. Might be a Gate Expand, though. You never know. Actually, I think it's more likely to be a Gate Expand because he didn't send the probe out to scout on Pylon, so I think that's more often a Gate Expand? I don't know. This is, me kind of just filling in here, talking about stuff that I don't know very well. Overpool start here from Skler. Very, very standard. We're actually banking quite a bit of money here for Dorkmoon. Might be going for Nexus first, maybe. Probe's just coming out here. I think we're going to get 12 Nexus. Very bold. Yeah, that's where it is. And he's going to get away with it, too. This Overlord's going to be a long time coming here because we have the anti-scout for the natural. It's going to be the furthest distance on a close spawn. And the drone's going the opposite direction. So this is actually, like, super duper cracked. As long as... Yeah, I think it's going to be just in time for the Overlord to get here, notice the Forge going, and the cannon should be able to go down from this. Second drone scout going to be moving out as well, checking to see if there's anything too crazy. But yeah, Dorkmoon's going to get away with this. I love it. He's going to get here, see the Forge, not have like any inkling of the fact that there was a punish window. All right. So we've got the 3 hatches. Unfortunately, the third is towards the Protoss here. This looks like, as far as opening setups go, I think this is as much favored for Dorkmoon as you can possibly get. Two lings here, or 4 lings, okay. But the cannon's already up. We're able to block here if we need to. Now, the cannon's a little bit far back. He's more covering the ramp here on a run-by. But there's still this little hole on the right side. That's not going to be much of a concern for very long, though. I think Skler is going to be pretty unhappy when he sees the fact that he's expanding towards the Protoss, though. I mean, he already knows this. He sees what's going on. Has the Overlord in the base as well, so able to get more of a view of when the cyber timing comes up. Dorkmoon trying to get a scout, not gonna be able to get inside the base, though. Ling's on the ramp and Ling's chasing. The Ling's actually pulling away here. He might be able to sneak by for a scout if he's really on top of his micro, but he's already pulling away. So not going to. Lair timing here for Skler, so this does look like it's going to be 3 Spire into 5 Hydra. We might just see him go for, like, Muta timing, though. The Stargate is up, so we are going to be going to Corsair. Dorkmoon's economy is a little bit stronger than usual, though. Alright. Trying to get a scout in this time once again. Ling's trying to clog up that ramp. Skler is really vigilant about not letting Dorkmoon have any idea what's going on in the base. It's going to stay that way. Couple Lings moving out, just able to see that there's no move out happening. There's no move out that's going to happen until that Corsair comes in. Dorkmoon just playing very economical here. Zealots in to plug up the holes. No way in for our Zerg boy now. 4 Lings at the gate. Spires, quite a ways to go. We did lose the scout, just heard that. Corsair's on its way. Big thing here is we only have 1 gas from Skler. Standard here, but at the same time, like, okay, we just got the 2nd gas coming down. That is the pretty standard timing. Corsair on its way now. Gonna get a scout of this. Going to see the 2nd gas coming down, probably right about as it finishes. Gonna just barely miss the finishing timing. Sees the hatch out front, knows that this is 3 Spire, 5 Hydra. Spire's about to finish. He's got time to take some pot shots here at the Overlords. Not gonna be enough supply block, though. Ling's just taking the high ground. Not gonna be any real consequential position, though. Another Corsair is out on the map. Couple more Lings just in case of a move out. Should have some Scourge popping here any moment now. Skler's gonna need to be, Dorkmoon's gonna have to be very careful. Just barely saving the Corsair there. Getting an extra Overlord snipe too, that's pretty awesome. But, ooh, oh no, no connection on those Scourge. Really hard to get them to behave the way you want them to. We're going to get back to the safety of one of the cannons, but you still need a little bit more here. All right, 1 goes down. A possible 2nd connection. Okay, no connection there. 4 Scourge for 1 Corsair. Not a great trade, but we got a little of a micro scout for the Zerg, at least seeing what's over the main, or the natural. Not able to get any timing, though, on the Templar Archives, which is almost finished. So we're going to be seeing Templar coming out. We're going to be seeing Storms. This is pretty much on time. 7.5 minutes for Storm. Yeah, going for +1 air is really common. We just had legs finish. 4 Zealots coming in here to the 3rd. It's pretty hard to get on top of this Sunken, though. Hydra's also in a pretty good position, minimizing the surface area that's available. The 2 Hydras will go down, but there are more coming in. And yeah, I like this drone pool, making it really hard to get on top of this Sunken. Minimal losses here for Skler. Great movement. Decent number of Zealots over here, going to be able to about-face and come in here to fight. Oh, big Scourge, but oh no, they all connect onto 1, maybe 2. Not a lot of damage to the Corsair count here, and that's a big, 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 big problem for Skler. I see you, Joe Megan. Sounds like a plan. I should probably get dinner going first. There's about to be rain and I want to grill, but, you know how it goes. The Scourge count you want to do in ZVP just kind of more comes down to the number of Corsairs and how much you want to contest for air. Oh my god, these Zealots are getting work done. 1 bugged out by the egg. That's what happened to the Sim City a little bit, but we've got more Hydras coming here. Not going to try and clog the ramp. Maybe run away? He's got +1, so these Lings aren't going to do too much. I like pulling it away from here as well, pulling the Zealots away from your own base, so if he wants to counterattack, then he's going to leave himself open to these Zealots. Couple of Storms available here if Storm is done, which it should be. Bunch of Zealots. I don't think we're going to get too much damage here with these Hydras. That's a lot of Hydras coming out. Do we have any upgrades yet? No upgrades. We need to throw down storms if he commits. The cannons are nice and far back. A lot of dancing around here, trying to avoid storms and avoid clumping. That actually was a nice dodge there on the storm, only baiting in a little bit of damage. Zealots moving back across the map, gonna try and backstab with these Hydras up at the gate. A lot of Hydras here for Skler. He's keeping up in supply very nicely. Couple more drones as well, trying to saturate this third. Spotting the Corsair movement, 5 Corsairs with +1. Gonna be very, very dangerous for any overlords on the map. Skler's out hunting for thirds right now, seeing if the Protoss has expanded, but we're considering it. More thinking about the move out right now than a third base. Fourth setup here for Skler. Taking the near base, getting a full triangle of the map. Might have these Hydras run into these Zealots. There's not too many on the map, though. Should be a pretty even exchange. +1 ranged weapon for Skler. 1 and 1 for Dorkmoon. Got a really good gateway count. We're also transitioning real heavy into Dragoons here. This is going to be a tough force for Skler to contend with. Heavy contingent of Mutas. How many do we have here? 9 Mutalisks. Should be able to two-shot High Templar, I believe. What's the health on a High Templar? 80? That's 72 for... No, 81 for 9. Okay, yeah, that's actually gonna one-shot, but we've got +1 armor, so not quite. It is gonna two-shot because of the armor bonus. So if there weren't any upgrades here for the Templar, this would be enough to one-shot, but as it is, you need at least one more, I think. Dork might have lost his Corsairs. I didn't see where they went off to. I think he got caught. Oh, they're at the net? Oh, yeah, here we are. Okay, good catch, good catch. Alright, pretty heavy contingent of lurkers. I don't see any... We have an observer over the minerals. That's not here yet. Alright. Getting an observer forward, gonna spot this out. Skler, meanwhile, is getting time to put down his fourth. We are pretty all in here for Dorkmoon at this point. No sign of him taking an expansion. Decent storms. Okay, dodges as well. Big Muta storm. They're going to be trying to get these High Templar. Not able to find the connections onto it, though. One barely having any health. 2 storms available for him as well. He's got to get him out and get something good. Only gets one of them out. No storm for these guys either. However, the Hydra's walking directly into the middle of the Dragoons. Nice little backstab here, going in towards the front door. However, that's not going to be enough. All of these little groups of Hydras everywhere causing chaos, but the problem is they just don't have the brute force to deal with the Protoss army right now. Big advantage here for Dorkmoon. Skler is floating a lot of money. He's got a... I think he's on 6 hatch. Or 7 hatch, including the 4th base. But, yeah, we're in trouble now. We're in a lot of trouble. I think this is going to be looking real bad for Skler. Yeah, these Zealots here are zoning off these Hydras, while the Goons and the Zealots over here are going to start working on the hatcheries. Might need to retreat a little bit, though. Just take the 1 hatch that you got. We have a storm. We do not have a storm. Hydra's in to pick them off. Couple more Zealots showing up, but this is going to get mopped up. Maybe. Alright, the Zealot reinforcements were enough to kind of turn the tides a little bit. Still got that one lurker that's doing some pretty serious damage, though, and we've got no observer in the area. Being aggressive with the lurker, even. Skler trying to get some damage in. Here comes the observer, though. That should be enough to bring him down. Target firing onto the hatchery. He just needs to get the observer a little bit closer, I think. I don't think he sees it. Okay, here we go. Meanwhile, a huge group of lurkers morphing in at the natural here for Skler. Not going to be in time to save this, though. It's a lot of damage taken. We've got another hatchery coming up to try and reinforce the production. But that's... I don't think any of those drones were saved either. I think that's just a huge drone loss for Skler. So now he's in a situation where he's down 2 hatcheries. He's down so many drones. And even if he manages to hold here, it's going to have a really hard time making up enough production and economy to continue maintaining his production. The saturation's pretty good over here, though. So maybe it won't be a problem until we end up mining out at the natural, because the main's a little bit undersaturated compared. Dork taking the center of the map. He does have a couple of observers spot out these lurkers. Sniping onto one High Templar. Storm mostly on his own units. Still continuing to storm his own zealots. At least those guys are nice and tanky. More lurkers moving forward, trying to hold this high ground. Don't think it's going to be too much left to hold here, though. Ooh, bad storm. Group storm. This is going to be a very, very juicy shot. Couple more Hydras from the third. But Skler is running on fumes. There's no lurkers, and now he realizes it. The tank is empty. Skler calls GG for game 1. Pretty respectable game, though, overall. Let's see where we go for game 2. Oh, I have the music off, but that might be why. You might have also muted it, too, Abji. Interesting. Hold on. Am I not sharing my audio? Got it. Stream audio is being shared. Sorry about that. My bad, guys. It's there on the recording. It's there on the recording. Just it wasn't there in Discord. All right. So up to Sylphid. Map known for being very, very fantastic for mutas. Especially trying to hold the natural is very annoying. Abji, this is actually a best of 5, it looks like. They're running out to 5.
This is game 1?
This is game 2. First one was on Octagon. Dorkmoon managed to take it down. 3-hatch Spire into 5-hatch Hydra for Skler. But Dorkmoon managed to get a big gateway push onto the 3rd of Skler, and wasn't really a whole lot coming back from that, even after the 4th was up. Just a 2-base all-in, really, from Dorkmoon. Alright. So last game we had the 12 Nexus from Dorkmoon. But it looks like he's going to mix it up this time. Not going to stick with the same plan. Gate expand. Once again, we're going to have the Overlord scouting this location. This time it is more of the optimal scout pattern. So it should be seeing it a little bit faster. At the same time, if we greed out and go light on the Lings in this overpool setup, this might have actually been... Yeah, this was overpool. If we go light on the Lings, I think that it's possible for that Overlord to spot the gate a little bit late for this. I'm not sure. What's the timing? Okay, it's gonna be... Yeah, I think that you'll see the gateway before the spawning pool finishes. Alright, Skler not even bothering to try and put the natural down at the natural right away because he knows it's going to be blocked. So just making a token effort and putting it down at the high ground third. I like this. This is a pretty common thing to do in this circumstance. Ooh, yeah, you're right. He did go Lings before Hatch, actually, because of the delayed expansion, like the block. And he should make probably a couple more rounds of Lings just to try and go and pressure on the gate expand. Yeah, here we go. So he's just gonna chase off this probe, get the third down, which is at his natural, and then try and pressure on the enemy base. Don't have a fourth Ling in the area to directly contest the Zealot. Just backing off here, being nice and careful. However, as far as getting an actual threat on the map here goes, I feel like Dorkmoon's not getting what he wants. Skler can definitely just run by, do pretty much anything he wants. All he's done really is just force some Lings and slightly delay the economy of both players. Which is kind of what Gate Expand is supposed to do, is just force you to make units that aren't drones. But Skler is definitely not overreacting at all. As the Overlord in position, sees exactly what's going on. There's no forge. Now, he doesn't know what's going on in the base, so there could be some shenanigans there. But Skler is not playing afraid at all. This is very, very confident play. Just continuing to drive through his econ. As his gas up, should be getting Ling speed soon. And the forge just starting up now. If Dorkmoon moves out at any point in time, there's going to be speedlings ready to run by. 5 Zealots moving in. Ling's already moving off to the side, trying to avoid being seen. But 5 Zealots is a lot. This can be a lot of pressure. Couple of Lings caught, but here we go with the run-in. Looking to get some damage onto these probes. Zealot's not sure where they want to go. We already got the pylon here. This is disastrous. These Zealots not getting any real significant damage. No sunk. This is all Lings. This is very, very much just a proactive defense. And meanwhile, up here, these probes are getting absolutely ravaged. Oh, this is very, very nice for Skler. He is going to have to deal with these Zealots in his base now, because these are 3 relatively low health Zealots. But, oh my god, there's no economy left for Dorkmoon. Yeah, he calls it. Well played there from Skler. That's why Gate Expand is very, very tough.
You have to poke around with your Zealots, look for the Lings, and push them away. If you're walking towards a Zerg base and you don't see Lings running away, you're dead.
It's also really interesting, too, because, like, a lot of times when you have those Zealots, and you're looking for the Lings, you want to fan them out a little bit to get more vision. But the problem is, when you have them split, then they're that much more vulnerable to being picked off and surrounded. So, like, having your formation and figuring out where you want to look is important.
And even if he had a cannon, he was dead.
Right,
6
there were
lings
so
can
many
kill a cannon.
lings.
Yeah, so it was he was not completely greedy. He did make his forge. No, he didn't even make it to block. He didn't even block in time. He would have
He had a couple of probes in the rift. It's just a matter of actually no, you're right. The lings made it in before the probes got to the holes in the wall. All right, we're gonna have the next map here on Attitude.
No, it's not a risk. It's just a bad decision. You don't do that. You saw links. Like, there's no. That's just, he doesn't play GFE.
Well, I think that ultimately he didn't see how many lings there are, because if there's only a couple of lings, then it's a much more justified decision to move out and be like, I'm going to pressure your production in the like late stage of the early game. But there were a lot more lings than he knew about, so it's like you just kind of gambled and gambled wrong.
It's still, you're playing it wrong. You're still supposed to follow the lings and push them away. It doesn't matter. I don't agree with that. There's no way. You can never convince me that running out and not knowing where the lings are, even if it's 6, is the correct play and it's a correct risk to take. It's just not.
Hey,
You can make that risk if you make a cannon in your main and you make one cannon in the natural, and then you bait him to run past your cannon into your main, and then you already have a cannon there. And that's a good play to do. That's a good, like, double, like, you pretend to be stupid.
That's the 5-head play?
That's the 5-head play.
All right.
Exactly.
Now, you see, I gotta learn all of this stuff. I want to learn to play Protoss. At least I keep saying that, and I never really pulled the trigger on it. My problem is I like feeling like I know what I'm doing, and learning something new would just completely erase that.
Yeah, another thing you can do to bait the ling all in is that in maps where the Overlord is parked on the mineral side of the natural, you can put a second cannon out of range of the vision of the Overlord, and you just like go super greed and don't make a zealot and bait them, and then they run in, and you have 2 cannons. So there's a lot of few things you can do to really bait a Zerg, because Zerg really likes to capitalize on Protoss mistakes, and you can use that psychology to force them into a loss.
Okay, this looks like a Forge expand here from Dorkmoon. Once again, another overpull from Skler. Forge isn't down yet, but it looks like a Forge expand.
Yeah.
It continues to look like it. It might be a Nexus first again, though, because he's definitely holding some minerals back.
I've seen Best do this, where he does a very, very late, almost 12 Forge.
Okay, yeah, that's what we got.
Just for slightly longer a better economy.
Okay.
And it allows the Nexus to be a little faster.
Like one of those micro-optimization kind of things?
Yeah, I don't get it. But I saw him do it. I tried to take a note of it, but I couldn't really replicate it.
I feel like if you're doing this, then you absolutely have to make sure that you go Nexus first, like before the cannon. Which I know you're supposed to do anyways, but like sometimes, yeah, Protoss has to be a little bit more conservative that way.
What I understand is that you do this if you know for certain they're going overpool. That's the only thing I understand.
Okay, okay.
Because against overpool, you're supposed to put the Nexus first, but if you put the Forge at 11 at the usual time, the Nexus is not as fast as this. This Nexus was like, it started before the Forge finished.
Right. Okay. So we once again have the first expansion at a third location, and it's expanding in towards Dorkmoon again. This time he knew where Dorkmoon was. This wasn't an accident where he expanded. This could be like a 973, because that is a common thing to do when you expand like towards your opponent, just having less of a rally time. Gas is up here as well. It could be a lair play, but it could also be 973.
That's a lot of links, I feel, against a Forge expand. And he saw those links with the probe.
Right. I mean, It's 6 lings overall
Was
instead
it,
of 4.
wasn't it 8? Was it an 8?
There's 4 here and 2 at home.
Okay, maybe I'm high. I thought it was 6. I mean, I thought it was 8. 6 is good to threaten the cannon.
The cannon
He's
bust.
blocking.
Right.
Yeah.
6 is still. It feels early for 6, honestly. Like what I like to do is 2, and then after that Overlord pops at 18, like around right now, I would be getting 3 through 6 basically.
So basically, you pick up 4 if you want to contest like the possibility of a zealot going out. If you have 2 on the map, then a zealot can do whatever the hell he wants to, although he's not going to. If you have 4, then you can surround a zealot, and then if you have 6, you can break a cannon if they let you. But in this case, he threatened to break the cannon and then just sits back and drones up because we're going lair. So once again, 3 Spire. Oh, we get the scout in.
That's very good.
Yeah.
I like this from Dork. He learned his lesson from his previous GFE game, and he doesn't want to die to Ling all in.
Right.
So he was blocking that front with probes the entire time. He did not want to lose another game against 2 Lings.
Right.
So I'm proud of him.
All right, we got a decent bit of scouting, at least being aware that it's the lair going down. So he's going to be expecting Spire. There's not really a whole lot of standard continuations for Zerg off of this.
He's missing a bit of information. You want to keep that probe alive or have a second one out. You want to see the timing of the second gas really badly. That gives you, yeah, you would.
Ooh, yep.
Hydra. Yep. It's probably be fast lurkers.
Could even
Maybe
be that
not.
isn't this kind of like what Soma likes to do, where fakes going for the Spire or puts the Spire up on a second base, and then leaves it like ambiguous for what he's gonna do.
Yeah, it could just be the fake out, like
Right.
the lair, and then he didn't cancel the lair, did he?
No, lair's done.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, it does look like he's adding hatches, so it's not the 3 hatch Hydra
right.
bust. It could be some kind of weapon play. Okay, well you gotta bump units now.
It's only 3 zealots. Like, honestly, with a couple of lings or just a few hydras and some micro, you can take that down, no problem. And we're going to make a couple of hydras here just to deal with the Corsair, since there's no Spire. Corsair sees the Hydra Den. We do not have Ling speed, is the important thing to notice here.
Yeah, he didn't make Spire.
Mm-hmm.
He got scouted, so he's like, you saw my lair. I don't do the thing I was supposed to do.
I don't know. I feel like Skler is usually a heavy Hydra player.
Yes, he very much
Like,
is.
I don't think this is out of the ordinary for him to just not get the Spire.
But the big thing about that is that the Corsairs are kind of going to have their way with the Overlords for a little while. Like, you have to really defend them with your Hydras, and so it means that your ability to get out of the map, your ability to scout and see what Protoss is doing is a little more limited. That being said, I think Dorkmoon's kind of playing scared on this. He's already got cannon in the mineral line at his main. Is he misreading this, or possibly thinking drops?
Yeah, I don't understand the cannon in the main with no Spire, but it's okay
Right.
to keep making Corsairs. It's very, it kind of deters the Zerg to do a quick muta switch.
And the other thing, too, is it opens the door to incorporating Dark Templar.
Yeah, but he's bringing his Overlords.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Like
unlikely.
just finished.
He only has 4 Zealots. He's been skipping Zealot production.
Pretty
Quite a
heavily
bit.
at that.
Yeah.
So if I were in Skler's shoes right now, I would be very much suspicious of Dark Templar. Oh, we only had 2 gateways this entire time. He's getting up to 4 now. The The saving
you
grace
have,
here for Dorkmoon is that he did manage to supply block Skler, and he's going to be looking to go in there again. I think he's going to try and make a run into the third, and he's going to find more Overlord. There's not many Hydras here to defend either. This is going to be a lot of damage. Oh, he's actually backing off. Okay. These are +1 Corsairs as well. They kill Overlords fast.
So you gotta pull back.
You can only lose one.
Yeah,
That was less bad than I expected from Protoss.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Skler didn't focus fire.
Yeah, like that could have been a lot more dead Corsairs.
And all of this time, though, Dorkmoon's actually behind Skler in supply. So something has gone really wrong with his early game here.
Missed just too many cannons.
Right.
Maybe he's low. He skipped some probes.
Oh, yeah,
Corsair
he
a
did throw
small
away those
unit?
Zealots early on.
Is Corsair small or large?
Corsair is either large or medium. I can't remember. I know they're not small. The only small air units are for Zerg.
When he threw away Zealots, like he had half what he was supposed to have. So he definitely was doing like skipping, not producing consistently. Lurkers are out.
Oh, we are going drops.
Ooh.
Did
Well,
we
he has
see that as
Corsair, so
Protoss?
you heard that, right?
Yeah.
As Protoss, you heard him load up units. He has to make a robo.
Well, he's got cannons everywhere. There's actually not a lot of surface area for the lurkers to get damage aside from like over here.
What about the top of the main? Was there a cannon at the top of the mineral line?
No,
No.
and he's getting the observatory. Okay, so then we could have a drop back there if he can get back in there.
He just doesn't have enough. Can he just like lurker contain him? Honestly,
You
like
can
not
do-
get too fancy.
Skler
Like
could do
sit
whatever
outside
he
his
wants
base?
to.
Yeah.
Like Skler
yeah.
is super ahead.
He needs to posture outside of his base as soon as possible to prevent a contain. But he literally has no standing army. Like it's
Right.
like he's
Yeah, I don't-
not. He has
I
like
don't know
8
if-
gates and not
Yeah.
spending it on units.
Honestly, just take the lurkers from your base and just bring them up here. Honestly.
Yeah, but I don't think Skler knows that Dorkmoon is really behind on him.
Oh.
Yeah, Skler feels like he's dead even, and he is insanely far ahead.
Okay. That was actually pretty good trade for Protoss, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was an insane trade for him.
Yeah, I guess Skler's supply is just not here. There's a bunch of is that all in the Overlord?
this
Yeah,
is the
this is probably his
drop.
supply.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is gonna be disgusting.
It's just like, it's funny because this is so unnecessary. Like, he could have just had this here in the front and won the game.
Exactly.
But style points.
So part of it though is that as Zerg, you're always really trepidatious about this because like, okay, even if I'm ahead, what if I get a couple of bad storms that hit me? And then suddenly, like, my supply advantage is just all for nothing. But this drop's actually not going to do too much. There's only just a couple of lurkers. We've already got an observer here. What it really does is pull him back and allow the front to be busted.
A lot of lost mining time too, right? 'Cause I
Yeah.
assume those probes went to his net. Yeah. I don't know.
It's not a game-ending drop. He got some good damage in, though. He got some very good damage.
No, the game is completely over. It's gonna,
Yeah, honestly, I do
Have to
think
be-
lurker contained is the play. Yeah, there we go.
That's what we're doing here.
He has so much stuff. Yeah. Did everything in the Protoss base get cleaned?
Yeah. The only major losses were the cannon went away, and some lost mining time. And frankly, the main's already almost mined out. We might end up just going to the point where the Protoss can't break out and get to a third. He mines out, and then that's game. Skler moving forward, trying to snipe. Looking for the observers, looking for any High Templar. Observer dangerously low, but not gonna die. Over now he can't see the lurkers. Nice storm dodge. Still gonna be a lot of dead Hydras here. lurkers coming in, trying to keep the contain. Good storm. I think Dorkmoon breaks out. In fact, I'm sure of it.
And he has to make that Nexus ASAP.
Yeah, he really needs his third right now.
He needs 2 more gases. Like, even if he makes another one, it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, Strong makes a good point in chat too, that like it doesn't really make sense to drop when they're on 2 base. Like they're right there.
Right.
Like their stuff is just right there. They just come up the ramp and clean it up. And yeah, I think that was definitely a throw from Skler. Like he was like 30 supply ahead. He was in a huge winning position.
It almost looked BM, like just a BM drop. So ahead.
I don't know if it was BM. I think it was just
It was a decision with a capital D. It was a capital D decision.
yeah. Yeah, lurker exit
That's
the
a
ramp.
lot of
Maybe.
dragoons. That is.
Are we?
Right,
We
this is
are
where
not
we're
on a
switching
hive
mass
yet.
Afford
lane.
those.
I'm saying, yeah. If we had hive tech and we're moving into like cracklings, this would be sick.
Yeah, Skler is still on 3 bases.
And the other thing too is he's doesn't have any more upgrades coming, as far as I can tell. We're just on +1 range, and that's it.
Ooh, yeah, that's not great. I mean,
Oh,
All right, got the observers. That's important. Sniping Templar.
Hybrids do trade well against goons. Like 1-to-1, this would clear, but it's about the storm, and that's a big one.
That's a very good storm. It was just as it came up too. Dorkmoon's really trying to posture and like find areas to attack, but he just keeps going into all the wrong spots.
Dorkmoon.
Well, he's got his base up, so that's good. And
It's not up
and
yet.
I guess it's not up yet. You're right. Although the thing is, this position, Zerg does have to go through a choke to attack this, right? Either way, so storm good.
If you get
He tries to
lurkers
go.
in this area, then it cuts off reinforcements really nicely. So if you get lurkers in
Yeah.
here with a couple of hydras and a control group of hydras on the outside, it feels really good for Zerg. Or if you had cracklings, which we have no sign of coming.
We even have the Queen's Nest.
No.
But usually, yeah.
Skler's out hunting for other bases, just seeing like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. Why are you playing so small? But Skler's only just taken his 4th. He hasn't gotten any mining on it yet, so both these players are actually playing very small.
Okay, we sniped a Templar. What's going on at 9 o'clock?
He's just
Okay.
find a couple of extra hydras. Pulled out of position now. Need to get back to
Yeah.
the lurkers.
Yeah, he did let him get a few lurkers set up, but that's not
Not
that
enough.
many. A storm or 2, and it could be a big, like 2 storms if he gets them down here. It could be massive.
We don't have
But I don't know.
energy on a lot of these Templar, though, to get storms out. So these lurkers are actually doing a lot of work. 3 more lurkers
Yeah,
coming
and-
up as well. This could be a problem.
Yeah, did he not remake observers, or did he remake and it just got sniped
I
again?
think they got killed.
Okay, so this is actually pretty bad. This is exactly what you were saying. I didn't think he was in a position to get this up, but
Now
he
he's-
got the position.
He's got two Templar with the juice. Now, the other
Yeah.
thing about it, though, is we don't have enough Hydras to actually leverage this position. We need enough to support the lurkers here, and then another group to come around to the south side to start putting the hammer on this group.
Yeah. Yeah, there's this Hydra trickling across. Not that many, but a decent amount starting to show up.
He's going to go for this high ground because he saw the pylon already starting there, pressuring that in case there's a cannon starting or a base moving. But nice move in here from these Hydras, from Skler, making sure that the contain is kept before anything else. However, the observer's in position, all of these Dragoons collapsing on this on the lurkers, and he didn't have the Hydras in position to support this.
Yeah.
So suddenly that contain is kind of shattered. Dragoons are incredibly strong against unsupported lurkers.
Yeah.
All right, we've got
It's,
plus
at
2
2-0.
attack here for Skler. So gonna have a little bit more of a fighting chance, but Doesn't have his lurkers anymore. Oh, big group morphing behind. He just needs to keep everything safe at the moment. Okay, I feel like he was listening to me about trying to bring the hammer in, but he doesn't have the lurkers there to set it up anymore.
Yeah, but the goons are out of position. Like, you got 4 goons basically for free.
Dorkmoon's running out of juice. Yeah, he's got to call it. He didn't have anything mining left in the main or the natural, so he was on 1 base mining and just absolutely crushed.
Man, Skler is so good, man.
That was a really... Yeah, we were on 2-0 for Zerg.
Yeah.
Nah, that was a
he
really
got stuck in this
scrappy
cycle. He got stuck in this cycle where he's losing goons, he's remaking goons, and then he just has no Templars.
Right.
And then he just trades really poorly.
Oh,
he
it's best of 5?
Yeah, it's best of 5.
We've got 1 more coming up.
Yeah, he lost way too much gas for free.
And then after this series, I need to go and do some grilling before the rains start.
But he was in a decent position at some point when he was about to get his 3rd up, even though it was really late. He had a lot of goons and a couple of high Templars. That's kind of your ideal composition. You just can't afford it.
Right.
As Protoss. At least while the Zerg is on their tech.
And a lot of it, too, comes down to the... you kind of need the Dragoons once you start switching into heavy lurkers for the... Or when the Zerg start switching that. But you have to kind of still just have the mineral sink of your Zealots so you can make Templar.
Yeah, but also a good mineral sink is bases.
Yes, absolutely.
So he had the ideal position to just keep spending his gas down and then make a second nexus, put a lot of cannons. There's a lot of buildable area in that area between his 3rd and his 2nd natural that he could have just built cannons.
And also, like, the area we were talking about Skler needing to occupy, if that had been occupied with cannons, then suddenly you can kind of have a singular front for your units in the south side.
Yeah, when you want to take that high ground position, the first thing you want to do is go block off the other ramp with pylons, kind of the same way as you...
Right.
If you can afford it, obviously. Kind of you do it nice. Kind of what you do it against Terran to avoid Vulture run by, but the difference against Zerg is that pylons have a lot of HP. They stall a lot. It gives you enough time to rotate your units around. Cannons aren't actually that strong. they kind of get picked off. They have very low health, and their DPS it's good. It's one of the best defensive
the
structure.
DPS is the best of the defensive structures. It's just a matter of oh, okay, this was actually a banned map. They banned out Jane Doe in the challenge. Alright, so we're not going to be playing on Jane Doe then. I was going to say that as far as maps for that drop that Skler did, I think that Jane Doe is probably the best one for it.
Well, I think the main issue, again, is that he was just kind of sitting in his base, right? So his units are just in his base, ready to react. And... yeah, even regardless of all of that, I still think it was a win more move, right? Like, he just had so much. I think you just set up the contain outside the base and you're fine forever, is my opinion.
No, I definitely agree with you on that. And I think the other thing, too, is that the drop didn't have a whole lot of beef in it. Like, it was a ton of overlords, and then I look at it and it's like, this is all you've got?
Yeah.
It's like you usually think of it as a Doom drop, and in this case, it was more like a Doot drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of lurkers. There was like 5-6 lurkers, so those lurkers could have been used at the front to contain.
I think there was only 3.
Just died for free. I'm pretty sure there was like 5.
That might have been.
Right. I think there was 3 over by the minerals and more by the production.
Okay,
but yeah.
okay. Anyways,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
We're going to be going on to match point here for Game 4. Well, they say game is up. I think we got some lies here. Here we go. BattleNet is a very, very reliable and user-friendly system. Alright. So, match point. There's some interesting cheeses that Protoss can do, but the thing that is most notable to me about this map is this choke is gigantic. This is like 2 walls worth. Or two ramps worth, rather. So it's really hard to defend that, or to defend this entire area. So I think that aggressive plays for either side are really strong. And a lot of the standard like wall-in plays and everything for Protoss, you have to be a little more like proactive about timing-wise.
I do wonder if he has some plan specific to 2-player maps, because he wanted to play Jane Doe, and when it was banned, he realized it was banned, so he picked the other one. So I wonder if there's some specific plan here.
I think it's also that Jane Doe is just a really good Protoss map. Alright, we're going Forge Expand. This is basic setup, using the singular cycle of mining time. Oh, that's Gate Expand? I thought it was,
Well, it's supposed to be gate expand, but I guess he didn't.
Yeah, well, usually you scout for Forge, you go back for gate, right? But he just didn't do
either. Possibly going
He didn't.
2 gate?
No, there's no way he does 12 next. He's just doing
12 next would be wild.
That would be insane on a 2-player map.
He's doing the late 11 forward.
Double.
Okay, yeah, same. He's
Okay.
using the best style that you were talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if it's best style, but I saw it with best first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's best style because it's a fun little way of saying it.
But why not just scout though? That's I don't get. I mean,
Econ.
Yeah, he wants the slightly
I-
better economy.
I guess.
It's like a total micro optimization, and he's not gonna be able to get in to block the hatchery with this either. So this is
Yeah.
playing
Yeah,
stronger
geez.
for both players.
Actually, just right. Like blocking the natural against Zerg is so strong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's
other gas
just
is
really
so far.
annoying too. Like, it's just so frustrating as Zerg when that happens. You see the probe at your net, you already know you're in for annoyance. You got to deal with this nonsense before
Right.
you even get an expansion.
All right, so 3 gases coming up here for Skler, taking the far corner. Now that is a very, very, very hard base to defend. You can just throw a couple of zealots at it, and you, like, 2 zealots at here, 1 zealot at the bottom, and then it's just, okay, I hate myself.
You have no other option as Zerg.
Yeah.
You can't really get 12 o'clock because Protoss can siege it from the other side. The wall is very thin.
Right.
They can storm it. They can put goons. So Zerg has no choice. They want a third gas. They have to take the bottom right.
Well, that's so.
It's very frustrating.
Damn.
All right.
Yeah.
Probe is getting chased around, no opportunity to hide. A lot of just soft contain, making sure that you can't get on the map without me knowing about it. But I really would love to see Dorkmoon here sacrifice a tiny little bit of economy just to throw some zealots out onto the map and try and put some pressure onto the third base.
Does he know about this?
Shadows I come.
Oh, we're going 5 hatch before gas, it looks like. There's no gas showing up.
Yeah, Skler's a fan.
Yeah, I like this.
Dorkmoon sees this.
Yeah, he's got full knowledge of what's going on aside from the third, but you can kind of infer that.
Yeah.
Cyber core, so we are going to be most likely going for continuing to mine gas. I think we're going to be going for Corsair again. Now, 5 hatch before gas, you definitely do you can be safe against Corsairs with your Hydras. It's just kind of annoying if you get delayed at all, and I don't think that Dorkmoon's done anything to delay Skler.
Is Dorkmoon teching? Can you check?
We are going Stargate. Yep. So 1 zealot going out onto the map towards the third, just like I was talking about. This is going to slow him down a tiny little bit. But we've got pretty heavy saturation here on the natural already. decent saturation on the main, 1-to-1, getting both gases down just like you're supposed to. Should get a little bit of damage with this, but not too much.
I feel like Skler figured out that Dorkmoon doesn't consistently make zealots early game, so he doesn't have that 730 timing with 8 zealots. So he's just abusing this right now.
All right.
Well, I think this build still works against that, right? Because you just pump zealots from 5 hatches.
You mean Lings and Hydras?
No, I meant zealots. Just
Okay.
pump zealots out of those hatches, you'll surely...
I was trying to figure out where you're going with this, brother.
I mean, surely 5 hatches of zealots beats 2 gates of zealots, right?
You know, I can't argue with you, but that really does feel like a StarCraft 2 map. Like some
Regardless.
custom.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So it looks pretty standard from Dorkmoon.
Are you sure you can have Hydra on time to defend the Corsair?
Yeah, he's gonna have Hydras out there because it should be actually going lair.
Yes.
Where's his?
Okay, yeah.
You're not gonna even get a single Overlord by the time the Hydras are out.
Oh.
We have
Yeah, like they should
Speedlings
be.
moving
Can't
into
find
him.
them.
Are those speedlings?
Yeah. Oh wait, no, those are Slowlings. I thought it was Speed. For some reason, I must have been too zoomed in.
You weren't zoomed in,
Yeah.
but it's okay.
Too zoomed in my brain.
This 5 hatch before gas build is kind of designed so if you do everything on time, like 5 hatch gas right after, then as soon as you get the gas, like you have the Hydras just in time.
Right.
I see.
And you get just really big production. You have a good economy behind it. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely a feels good build. There are weaknesses, there are timings that can be exploited, but the Protoss kind of has to commit to it. Skler
I said he
is...
did get an Overlord out there.
Yeah, we got the one that was on the map. Might end up getting this one over here too. One of the problems with this build is that the Overlords take a long time to get their speed, just because the lair is slightly delayed. So if you have OVs on the map, those tend to get picked off pretty well. So it is a little bit more like defensive in terms of your vision, or you have to use your Lings more to spot what's going on the map. 6 Hydras, 8 Lings crossing over the map. We've got speed on the Hydra, should be looking for range soon. These Lings can get absolutely crushed. Moving up to the high ground. Zealots just finished speed. Only 4 of them, though, not able to save the 1. Looking for a micro surround. But Skler is being very, very good with his control here.
Zealots froze up for a second there.
Yeah, he was trying to get around to the far side and just miscontrolled it. That was really nice from Skler. He lost literally 1 Hydra in the entire exchange.
That trade was so good that I expected like an equal trade or something, but Skler kept all his Hydra alive. That's insane.
So we've got Overlords here, we've got Hydras here. This DT is going to get literally nothing. Unless the Corsairs drive away, but that's a lot of Hydras. Trying to spook them. This is very, very obvious. But it's gonna work.
Yeah, I mean, I assume he's looking at the screen, right? Maybe not. Maybe
No, he's
okay, now
looking
he
directly
looks.
at it. It's just like...
He's busy with the other stuff, yeah.
Well, you can't get an Overlord
Oh,
away
and there's
in
an
time.
Overlord popping now.
No, but he could have pulled his drones, is what I meant,
True,
like
true.
earlier.
Alright, so
Yeah,
this time...
but now he should go kill it.
Focusing more on the engagement over here, spotting it now, sees the Dark Templar. Dark Templar's gonna get away, though, I think. It's hard to chase
Yeah.
down.
They're so fast.
Overlords, even when they have speed, are so slow. Alright, so let's see what it is that we've got Dorkmoon doing here. So he is on 2 base. We've got 5 gateways going up to 7. Or 4 gateways going up to 6, my bad.
He did.
Oh, fine.
He did. I think he lost his Corsairs. He threw them in at the base when he sent the DT in. So I think they're dead.
Yeah, those Corsairs are gone. No, we have them over here. I'm sorry, we had 3 left. He lost 2 of them, I think. I think he had 5 before.
Yeah.
They are +1 Corsairs. We do not have any upgrades yet for the Hydras. Not many cannons here. This is very much a bustable opportunity, but the big thing that we're afraid of is what's behind the cannons. However, I don't know if Storm's done. We've got the energy for it. Did he forget Storm?
Okay, well the DT changes things.
Not particularly. The
Okay.
Overlord is over here. Again, there's so many Hydras and there's Overlords everywhere. There's not really any big opportunity for these DTs to get big damage. He's gotten 7 kills so far, and half of, like, about 2 or 3 of those are Hydras. I think he got 4 drones overall. And he got 1 egg. Moving into Dragoons. So we had to throw down range for it. Alright, nice Storm.
Right, make your third. Quick.
Is he gonna try and take the triangle over here? That's such a hard place to defend. Like, it's defendable, but it's hard to rotate your units there if it gets attacked. Especially against, like, mutas. Dork is still playing on 2 base. Really, I think he's going to be looking for an extra gas, so he needs to either get to the opposite end of the map, or he needs to take that triangle, and both of them kind of suck.
The timing for the third, for gate expand should be around 11 something minutes. When forge expand, it should be around 9:30. Ideal. That's ideal. So right now he should really get his third.
He's pushing out to take the opportunity, and yeah, he's going for the mineral only, unfortunately, so he's not going to have the gas, but we're going to have a big opportunity to make a lot of zealots. And the big thing here that we just see our first lurkers out now. So a couple down here. The zealots, unfortunately, that he's going to be making an excess of are not going to have a great time. What do we have for upgrades? 1-1 for our Protoss. No upgrades yet for Skler. We should have +1 range coming, if I'm not mistaken. Big swaths of lurkers. Skler is just content to kind of take this entire right side of the map, and I think he might actually try and contest this base because it's easier to reinforce and to, like, play into the base that's next to your opponent than it is to take your own triangle.
Yeah. On this map, the right side get the bottom and the left side get the top.
And yeah, he's moving the drone here. Unfortunately, Iron, you know all about this play.
Isn't the big brain play to hold position it like right next to the hatchery location?
Yeah, that's what I do a few times, but it's hard to have the
wherewithal,
presence of mind of always setting it up.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of times, all you're looking to do is just hide your DT for some point in the future.
Yeah.
All right, this is going to be a huge battle.
That's gonna be a Tolbo.
That's a really good position for Zerg. I don't know if you can do that. You surely not.
All right, good storms.
Not that many Hydras actually, but there's not that many.
There's not that many
more back
Dragoons.
there. Yeah. Well, both of them have more units behind, so I guess we'll see. I think a big storm on these Hydras could really turn the tide like that.
Oh, he stormed his own observers though. There's only 1 left.
But if he, there's a lot more Hydras.
Yeah.
Protoss has to bail. No, go back.
It's a scary
Can't do
position
that.
to fight into.
Yeah, it's a lot of zealots reinforcement. He can turn around.
Just
Supplies
too
are
afraid.
about even.
And Skler is getting his 5th base now.
Go make your 4th, Dork. You got this. You can defend. You can defend everything. I love that, like, uphill there. You can defend your 3rd, your 4th.
Such a
your
defensible.
natural.
It's a very defensible position, but it's also so much surface area to cover. Like, I feel like these high grounds and the corner base here is probably the most, like, the coolest part of this map, because that's where so much of the action really happens around. But again, have to kind of get there, and I wonder if Skler is going to actually take the 6th up here. Like, just say, this isn't supposed to be my base, but it's going to be my base, brother. Need to get these burrowed. Another try to push the uphill. Big arc here from these Hydras. A lot of surface area.
I mean, there's not... Okay, there is a handful of Zealots back there.
Only one observer left.
You gotta fight with your lurkers. I think just pull back and... it's just such a hard position for Protoss to break, and his lurkers are set up really well.
Hydras are moving in. They're actually going to get caught by this army moving back. Now, if Skler realizes how many guys there are here, he should go downhill and try and take this on immediately.
Yeah, kill that Templar for one. Free Templar,
very nice.
Free everything, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're chasing this army, and our little unit there is getting wrecked.
Now, you can't overextend, but now you have a lot more access into this area, and the big thing that this is going to let you do is defend that 5th base better. But I don't think Dorkmoon's even really fully aware of the 5th base here. Okay, now
Maybe
he definitely
now.
is. He definitely is, yeah.
Now he's even. Okay, by Observer.
But with the
5th base.
lurkers here, it's going to be hard for the Zealots to push in.
He's losing his 4th base.
Oh, no.
Oh,
And
we
his
got the
third is
push over
being
here as
attacked.
well.
And his 3rd, yeah.
Oh, my lord.
I think he
3rd is
saves the
fine.
3rd.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to keep
Other-
it, but he's being pressured everywhere is the big problem. And...
His 4th is fine. The Hydras aren't... there was just enough cannons to reduce their numbers.
Right.
Yeah. Are we gonna walk? Okay, we have a Dragoon here. If he targets in order, but... No.
Oh,
We have to
my
storm.
lord.
Oh, the lurker.
Oh.
Yeah, if you just spread burrow them separately.
All right, we're really trying to get in here on this base, though, and that's going to be a big deal because
Where'd the
Dorkmoon
lurkers
needs
go?
something. One of them got killed off.
Oh, wait, what? Okay, it wasn't attacking for a second, I thought.
He doesn't have to force to kill this base. He can just deny mining forever. He's not playing the map.
So he
Like,
can
as
definitely
Protoss-
kill this base, but you're sacrificing the entire top side of the map to do it.
He's there. The Nexus is still up. Actually, he's fine. He just needs to mac. Okay, he doesn't have money to macro side.
Right. And Skler's moving a bunch of stuff here. Skler has so much money. Please tell me he's at Hive. He has not gone Hive. He's thinking about Queen's Nest, I think, but... Oh, please.
Honestly, with that many minerals, yeah, it would be good to just get, like, mass adrenaline
Yeah.
as a mineral sink.
Alright, so 5th base is down. But all
But
of
he
this
took
is split.
he took the top base
Yeah.
instead of the bottom one.
It's more
Okay,
like a
yeah.
6
12
base.
o'clock? Yeah. And he can probably retake the bottom, too, at some point.
Oh yeah, Skler's
When
gonna
he-
be able to get that at some point. The big
If he
thing is
doesn't win before
Dorkmoon
that.
can't get that. He just doesn't have the forces to be able to defend 6 o'clock and top left base at the same time.
Big
Here's
storm,
one Templar.
potentially. No, but he pulled back pretty quickly. He only loses a couple Hydras. One, actually, I think.
Yeah, but took some decent damage on everything.
Yeah.
Means that the next storm is going to be big, or if they fight into the Dragoons, it's going to be a bit of a problem for Skler.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can morph
Huh?
the damage one into lurkers, but I
Oh.
don't think he has much
Okay.
gas.
600
Did I
gas, you can
stop?
get a couple of them. But
Yeah.
he
Hey,
keeps...
pourquoi là?
So he keeps pumping out so many Hydras and not, like, sinking his minerals on anything. Like, I really want him to just go with a hatch explosion. We're going for Queen's Nest now. We are going to finally get into Hive Tech for Cracklings. But, like, need to just get upgrades. And just
Oh,
have some
that'd be
fun. Give us something, a little bit of something to see, some chaos. I shouldn't be telling the man what to do. He's 1,000 times better than I am.
Supply does look pretty good for Protoss, though. If nothing else. But I think Skler just has so much of a dominant map position that...
Skler's actually really trying to force the Hydras out, but he doesn't have enough here to run them into. They're actually going to be able to force onto the high ground.
Okay, yeah.
So Skler's giving up a position here on the top of match point. Dorkmoon's willing to take that immediately. And this is going to be a big deal because he can finally migrate drones or probes over to the top of the map if he needs to. Because he's basically mined out everywhere else. Needs to get another mining base up, and if he can just get the migration up to the top left, it's going to be a lot happier in terms of economy.
Yeah,
He's about to charge into 12 o'clock, it looks like.
Yeah, he has so much supply. He can kill 12 o'clock and defend his 4th and 3rd.
Only one lurker.
Yeah, this is very underdefended.
Yeah, I mean, you've reinforcements
Good
trickling in.
storms.
Don't get your Templar snipe.
Game?
Yep. That's the very...
I think Dorkmoon is in pretty good shape now.
Oh, he dropped.
Yeah.
Skler dropped in his main.
Oh.
But there's
that's...
nothing here. You're not going to get anything
Yeah.
out of it aside from the infrastructure. It takes so long to kill.
Yeah, it's like 6 Hydras. Yeah, like those units coming down will clean that.
Right.
He's not in position on this high ground, though. Is there something Skler can do?
Oh, these storms!
Not in position.
It's a bloodbath.
No.
It's a bloodbath.
He doesn't have an observer though. So those.
But I think like he did deny 12 o'clock. Skler's trying to retake 6.
Right. Skler
he's
keeps
storming.
trying to play this like cheeky rotational game, but you've got so much money. You've got so much unspent money. You just need to throw that down into something. But it's super hard, dude. This game is insane. Big storms again. These lurkers gonna get mopped up. I think we're going the distance. I think we're going to game 5.
Yeah, double the supply now.
Skler's supply looks dismal.
Yep.
And it's just
Where else
so
can
hard
go?
to produce out of this many hatcheries.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep denying 12 and 6, and you're happy with the 3rd gas as Protoss. You have enough minerals to finish the game.
And I don't think Skler can stop this huge Protoss army push now.
Nah, this push is
Yeah,
gonna
there's
go right
nothing on
uphill.
this
There's
high
nothing to
ground.
stop it.
Yeah. It's a far cry from before. It's 2 lurkers and a control group of Hydra. That's not stopping anything.
Right. This feels like one of my mid games, man.
Yeah.
He keeps suiciding his observers, but
Yeah, one
Really
lives. We
not
honestly
even
we have
half-
so much. Yeah.
yeah, he doesn't have enough Hydras to even kill the observers.
Yeah, we have so much storm that we so much stuff that I think we could just kill the lurkers exclusively with storm and still be fine.
Right.
And we do still have our observer.
And I think
So
this
we
is even
clean this
gonna
up.
push down here into... Oh, this base is mined out.
It's mine.
No, yeah, he just kills this base.
Yeah. That means Dork's gotta be pretty close to being mined out as well. Then again, I don't know if the corner bases have reduced minerals. I'm not sure on this map. That'd be kind of crazy if it
so.
was.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, that was the 3rd base. Like that was an early base that was taken from Skler, so he's just been mining it really heavily.
Oh, vulnerable Templar, but okay.
Yes, no,
Good
we're fine. We're
defensive
fine.
storm.
Goons on high
Yeah.
ground.
Okay, some questionable engagements there, but he's just so far ahead, really. He's
He's
like-
far ahead, but like a lot of the army's back. He's not really bringing it to bear. I don't think it's going to make a difference here.
Defiler.
You've got Defiler. You need Lings with the upgrades here. Or I'm not going to say what he needs to
Ooh.
do.
Thing is, killing drones at this stage of the game, like, it's one larva cycle preserved, right?
Yeah, you need to save your storms for the army.
Oh, he's transferring drone to the bottom base, but
It's going to get picked off.
Well, he hasn't broken it yet. There is a couple lurkers, and there's a lot of lings, presumably with an adrenaline upgrade, and it's mostly goons in this army. So.
They don't even have speed. If they have adrenaline,
Oh,
that's great.
Oh, I
but
mean,
like
I-
they can't even get in.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
man,
that all the time.
Mhm.
Like, especially when I went 973 and went into late game, I'd have the adrenaline but not have the speed because you skip speed with that build.
All right.
Dark Swarm? It's too late.
Yeah, everything's already gone. That's not how you want to do this.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the big thing here is it's just so hard to keep up with this many fronts and this much production. in general. Skler is about to, like, he just spent out the last bit of his money. He's got this one base that's mining remaining and then one over here. But the drones just got stormed pretty heavily on this base.
He literally can park his goons behind the mineral line and just keep. He doesn't have to cram his units into that. I don't understand why he's doing this. Just camp the mineral line.
Yeah, it's not adrenaline either, right?
No,
Just
these
regular
are
old lings.
just regular old lings. Skler is
Honestly,
out of minerals, though. Like, unless
Yeah.
this push gets some miracles happening, it's looking really rough for him.
Dork has like a shitload of army just sitting in his natural.
Yeah, oh my god, look at this.
All his supplies in his natural.
How much supply is that? Like,
That's like a good 60
That's
supply.
like 80. Yeah.
it's,
Wow.
He loves goons. Like he has so many goons.
Oh yeah.
This reminds
Yeah,
me,
what-
I think, of there was an old match with Jaedong on Fighting Spirit on Python, back when that was
Yes.
the map people played on, where his opponent had like 50 dragoons that were just like stuck on a ramp stacked and couldn't
that
move
sounds
them.
There's this. It was another old map. It was Rain. Like he played some crazy game with just only goons almost.
Right. And Rain still does that to this day. Like, that's the way he plays. He's just like, dude, I don't want to make anything but dragoons.
Dork's taking 12 now.
No, he had
There's a
just.
road there?
Well, okay, he's gonna
Yeah.
build it up. Yeah,
Yeah,
set up the
that's-
pylon.
Okay.
Gonna build it through it.
Just twisting the knife.
yeah, I mean, he can, right? At this point, I think just make an Archon or two. Just like, there's so many lings. Just
And I
make
mean,
one
too,
make it look easier.
when you're Dorkmoon, you don't know how much money your opponent has. I think of the very famous Rice Hat Ladder game where he was like, I think I'm even, and the opponent had 10,000 minerals. But in this case, like, you don't know that Skler is almost broke. And you're like, man, I'm burning through my bank as well. Sure, I'm maxed out, but maybe Skler is as well. Maybe I'm in a really bad spot. But in reality, he's doing incredibly well. He just needs to be able to end the game, needs to be able to finish it. Like, man, there's even so much at home. Big transfer up to here, gonna be taking this base. Like, this is crazy. This is back to the map being settled where it's supposed to be in theory.
Like now he's gonna be on 2.5 gas. Like he's gonna have a lot of gas, and he's gonna keep making goons because he loves it.
He's doing the. Oh my god, we have a. This is so bad here for Skler if he gets caught. Okay, he's not gonna
Is there
get caught
stuff
though.
in all of those overlords?
Yeah, and at least 3 of them.
Huge plague.
Oh, that's a good
but
play.
That's a big plague.
It's not
Yeah.
gonna be enough. Like, this is unstoppable Protoss army.
We said that last time.
Yeah. That's true.
Looking for another plague. Doesn't have the energy for it though. Gets another
Yeah, nothing
one.
to
A lot of the same ones that were plagued already though.
Well, it's pretty healthy, but
He needs to go to 6 o'clock. Like he's wasting his time attacking into here.
yeah, the space is almost mined out.
Right. If he gets the hatcheries, that does help a little bit, but it's also just, again, he has no idea that Skler is broke. He's just looking
Should
for
drop
things
an
that are
idea.
vulnerable.
Drop in the main. Drop in Protoss main. Oh my. Okay.
There's nothing.
It's
Okay.
because
Well,
he
there's
has
a
so
lot
much
of
units
red
in
on
his
there.
natural just sitting
There's
there.
a lot of red. I think there must have been a big storm.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
see Archon getting morph. I guess it was 2 Eye Templar with Storm.
Yeah.
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 Jeez, man.
He's just ready.
Just send that Archon into the 6 o'clock now.
All right, trying to move to 12. This is completely unbreakable by this army.
Except if he has the funny cloud.
There's no defiler by this army, you know?
It's okay, the Overlord is there to tank.
Bunch of lurkers coming up, but this is more where the
He's
action
just
is.
pushing up into his main. Dork is crazy.
I mean, he can, right?
Dude,
Like,
you know
there's
what?
nothing to
I'm just
stop
gonna
him.
go ahead and take out your tech now. That's the way I'm gonna end the game. I'm gonna take your hatcheries, I'm gonna take your tech, forget your army.
Oh, it's
Yeah, I mean,
good. It's
I don't
gonna
see
win the
why
game.
not.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
he could just get till 6 o'clock and not risk putting his army in the enemy base.
I don't know. I think 6 o'clock
I mean,
is
it's
a pain.
so far ahead, he can do whatever. he wants.
Right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
At this point, he can win the game by picking his nose, you know?
Well, Well, he lost all his probes at 12.
Yeah, we got the drop in behind the lines.
Oh wow.
Dirty.
Yeah.
I guess those cannons don't reach that far.
Yeah, they were out too far out front. You can't really put cannons to cover the back. Not too easily, anyways. All right, only thing we can... Oh, he didn't even kill the Hydra Den! What? Dude, this is just a flex. This is just a flex. Like, we're gonna go in, okay, take out the spawning pool, but we didn't take out the Hydra Den. I want you to make Hydras and not Zerglings, he says. Oh my god, I love this dork. This is so cool. Okay, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to cast Game 5. We need someone else to record it, because I do need to go and make dinner after this is done, though. Man, this is wild. Skler's still trying to handle the drop-in here. He wants to kill the Nexus.
I think Skler thinks that Dork is almost broke. And he just has that army. He doesn't know that there's a
There's
lot of money
still,
in
like,
bank.
he's still mining in the corner, that he has a good bank. And
That
that,
he's like 4 times the supply.
yeah.
Well, he knows that he has a lot of army, but he's probably banking on the fact that, oh, maybe he's a lot of money, and that's... If I kill this army once...
And then snipe his observers. He can't make any more observers. He doesn't have any money, and so... No. Sorry, dude. Like, this
That's
is
a lot of
really
red
just
goon.
desperation from Skler.
Do we have to go kill 6? Like, is that what ends this game?
I think this game is already over. Skler just doesn't know it's over.
Well, yeah.
I think he's gonna make an attempt to kill 6. Okay,
God, are
you
we
know
gonna
what?
like Dark Swarm turtle this base?
You know what I want to see? You know what I want to see? D-Web.
That doesn't need... He just has to storm the mineral line over and over. Like, he
No.
doesn't...
If you want to break it, you need to de-web the lurkers that are going to be burrowed there, because they're going to be under Dark Swarm, so to stop them from attacking. That's how we win.
Does Skler have any tech buildings at all?
No.
Does he have a spawning pool even?
He's making his own spawning pool.
And he killed the
hatchery,
hive,
the
right?
defiler, the hive, everything is gone. It's just the army that's on the board, dude.
You cannot consume the larva, but you can consume an egg.
There we go. He's storming the mineral line. Okay, finally.
Dude, this is so funny.
This is like Neo Dark Origin all over again. You just camp right outside the,
Oh yeah.
the base.
This is so funny. Like, at this point, I feel like Skler is actually BMing.
No, I don't think he's BM. I think he literally thinks he has a chance.
24 supply, a
Like,
spawning pool, and a dream.
He has a lot of defilers. Like, he thinks he can plate grind this.
we really are gonna Dark Swarm turtle one base.
He consumed the other defiler!
Oh, you had like 12 lanes popping. Why did you consume the
Because he
defiler?
didn't have time. And now they're running out. He doesn't even have speed. Oh my god,
Oh,
this
you're
is
right.
awesome.
No speed.
It's just coming.
Yeah,
This is awesome.
his lanes are unupgraded.
More play. Are they all red? Are all the goons gonna be red?
We got a
Okay.
couple of yellow
Almost.
ones. We're gonna have a lot of red uns. Getting the Hydra Den now. We're gonna have Hydras back on the menu, boys.
Probe killing the hatcheries in the bottom right.
He's killing a lurker.
He's killing the lurker.
Oh.
Okay. There we go.
Just one drone mining.
Wait for
Come
it. Wait
on.
for it. We see it.
Are you guys sure this isn't broken?
The camera.
It seems like it might be
The
broken.
camera's the Dark Swarm.
No, knowing these players, this is not broken.
It's not broken, yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Is Skler like this?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Interesting.
Do you remember that game where, like, I killed all Skler's bases and then he came back and beat me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
IJ, can you record game 5?
Sure.
I have to go and do dinner. They took a really long time with this. Thank you very much. I apologize.